Have you ever wondered how a cluster of islands in Southeast Asia grew from humble fishing villages to ancient trading hubs that shaped the crossroads of cultures for thousands of years? Stay with me, because this hidden story will take you back over 60,000 years, when the first humans dared to cross vast waters and found their new home in what we now call the Philippines. It all began when some of the world's earliest seafarers arrived on makeshift rafts or simple boats, navigating the unpredictable seas roughly 60 millennia ago. These brave souls settled across the countless islands, slowly giving rise to communities as diverse as the islands themselves. Over centuries, these scattered groups laid the groundwork for what some historians consider the region's earliest forms of organized states. Around 400 BC, waves of Austronesian settlers and later Malayo-Polynesian speakers arrived, carrying with them new languages, farming practices, and maritime skills. These newcomers blended with the existing communities, enriching the cultural mosaic of the archipelago. By the time the Neolithic era was in full swing, traces of a sophisticated jade culture had begun to appear, leaving behind artifacts that whisper stories of early craftsmanship and distant trade. By 1000 BC, these island dwellers had grown into distinct social groups, from tightly knit tribal communities to proud warrior societies, rising plutocracies, and bustling harbor settlements that thrived on trade. One fascinating aspect of this growth was the early arrival of metallurgy, sparked by connections with ancient India. Trade routes brought not only tools and ornaments but also new ideas that forever shaped the island's destiny. Between 300 and 700 AD, the seafaring islanders sailed far and wide, forging ties with Indianized kingdoms in the wider Malay archipelago and beyond, reaching the principalities of East Asia. From Vietnam to Taiwan, evidence of an impressive trading web has been unearthed. Beads of glass, agate jewelry, gold trinkets, and intricate ear ornaments have been found in sites scattered across the Philippines and its neighbors. The influence of India's mighty empires, the Pallavas in the south and the Guptas in the north, flowed deep into Southeast Asia around the 1st century AD. With this cultural tide came Buddhism and Hinduism, which seeded new kingdoms and left behind a blend of art, language, and governance still visible in historical relics today. One of the most remarkable glimpses into this vibrant past is the Laguna copperplate inscription, the oldest known written document found in the Philippines. Dated to 900 AD and etched in ancient Kawi script, it records the clearing of a debt for a man named Namwaran and his family by the ruler of Tonda. This copperplate reveals a world where mathematics, precise weights and measures, and even astronomy were already part of daily life. A sophisticated society thriving long before European ships ever touched its shores. Sprinkled throughout the text are Sanskrit words and royal titles, proof of a fascinating fusion. Hindu culture mingling with Old Malay influences, much like the cultures of Java, Sumatra, and the Malaysian Peninsula during the same period. By the turn of the first millennium, the Philippine Islands were alive with maritime societies and semi-autonomous city-states, each ruled by local elites and plutocrats. There was no single ruler to unite them all. Instead, the region was a patchwork of coastal trading hubs and highland communities, some fiercely independent and others loosely linked to larger Asian empires like the powerful Majapahit, China's Ming dynasty, and the Sultanate of Brunei. One ancient nation, Ma'ai, rose to prominence around 1225. Centered on Mindoro, this Buddhist state became a magnet for traders, drawing merchants from the Kingdom of Ryukyu all the way to the Empire of Japan. The Chinese customs inspector Chao Jukua documented the honesty and hospitality of Ma'ai's people in his description of the barbarous peoples, showing how these islands stood at the crossroads of East Asian trade. By the 14th century, much of what is now Indonesia and parts of the Philippines were ruled under the Hindu Majapahit Empire. Luzon and the Sulu archipelago felt its grip until spirited local tribes waged guerrilla campaigns, sparking clashes like the Battle of Manila in 1365. This battle saw the kingdoms of Luzon and Sulu reclaim their independence, and in a twist of vengeance, Sulu's warriors even raided Brunei before a counterattack forced them to retreat. As Islam swept through Indonesia, the Majapahit Empire crumbled. Its provinces broke away, transforming into independent sultanates. In 1380, an Arab trader named Mukdum Karim sailed from Malacca to Sulu, carrying the teachings of Islam. Soon after, Sharif al-Hashim, another Muslim explorer, converted the local Hindu king Raja Baginda and married his daughter, founding the Sultanate of Sulu.